Yeah, welcome, wherever you're in the world watching me. Good to have you join us again. It's been a busy day for me. I told my people that I'm going to come online to talk about the Super Eagles and their quest to win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. I said, even if it's 30 minutes, let me keep to that promise. Yeah, I know I'm late, but hey, shout out to everyone joining the live stream. Let me know where you're watching me from. That's the ritual. I like to know where my guys are joining from. This is national team football. This is about Nigeria. This is about the Super Eagles. This is about African football. Yes, it's 24 days to go. 24 days to the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And I'm asking that big question. Let me bring it up right on your screen. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Afcon? On YouTube, I've tagged these 24 days to Afcon 2025. Super Eagles World Cup failure and why the gods are not to blame. So while we'll talk about the Afcon, we'll also talk about the Super Eagles' quest to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup that didn't materialize. Sunday will make it 2 weeks, guys. Can you believe it? To be 2 weeks, that's DR Congo. Yes, the hearts of Nigerian football fans said, look, you guys are not going anywhere. No, you cannot go to the Inter-Confederation stage of the World Cup playoffs. But let's talk about that one. And the thumbnail, if you're watching on YouTube, I called it another Super Eagles challenge. Yeah, because this is a big challenge. I think they will be under pressure to deliver because of what happened. So can they sing the redemption song, the Super Eagles, when they file out to compete at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? By the way, I'm going to be live in Morocco. So this is the channel to be. I have my accreditation. I'm putting together a team to get to Morocco to cover the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. So why am I doing this conversation? I'm doing it because I know the Nigeria Football Federation, they don't ever learn, So whatever happened, they will not document vital lessons. The Super Falcons, they have crucial World Cup qualifying matches coming up. No preparation, no friendly matches. The Super Eagles crashed out of qualifying for the World Cup. No long-term program. Only this popped up on the X account of the Super Eagles 2 days ago. Blank Afcon 2025 preliminary list. They just use that one to wet the ground, just so people will know that, oh, they are doing something. But they should have rolled out the program. We should know that this is what Nigeria is planning to do for the World Cup. Shout out to everyone joining on TikTok. I see you guys. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for let's keep it engaging. I want us to do this one together because people do not understand that it's a lot of hard work to achieve success. Hard and smart work. On my live TV show today, I was saying to my viewers that 80% of whatever success you achieve, particularly in our world of sports, is because of the work that you do behind the scenes. That's just what it is, the kind of dedication, it's the level of planning and organizing, not just jumping up and executing. Yes, execution matters, but that's when you have done everything that will ensure a smooth and successful execution. So let's talk about this one. 24 days to the Africa Cup of Nations 2025. Who is hosting? Morocco will be hosting. And then let me just pop this up so you get to see the group. So those are the groups. Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Nigeria right there in Group C, taking on Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. Tricky group. Very tricky group, And as I said, with what we've seen of African football, there are no small teams anymore. So teams will come out there, and try to do what we've seen over and over again. Look at Comoros, look at Cape Verde, no small teams. See the way Mozambique, they are preparing, Countries are beginning to see that, look, it is what you sow, you reap. So yeah, that's it right there. In Group A for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, there's Morocco, the host, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros. Comoros, the underdog. If you want to pick a team that can create surprises, I'm standing right there with Comoros, because that team, they're up to something. Go ask Ghana. Ghana will tell you. So shout out to Comoros, one of the teams that I think can really get us talking. In Group B, there's Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. What's up with South Africa and Zimbabwe? What's up with South Africa and Zimbabwe? Yeah, in Group C, I told you already, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, the Cranes of Uganda, and Tanzania. So those are the teams in Group C. In Group D, we have Senegal. You see, I want to talk about DR Congo now, and I'm smiling because they have shown Nigeria a serious shaggy. They've given Nigeria Ahura for Ahura. So Group D is Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, and Botswana. That's Group D. In Group E, there's Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. That's another tricky group also. And this is the trickiest of all the group. Group F, defending champions, the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Gabon is right there, the Panthers, and Mozambique. That's a very tricky group. So guys, there you have it. It's 24 days to go. What are you talking about? I want us to do this show together. So on TikTok, welcome. On YouTube, welcome. Tell me, where are you watching me from? Let me pull that up for my guys on YouTube. By the way, if you want to be part of the live stream and you're watching me on TikTok, you can join the live stream on YouTube, and then you just pop into the studio and we talk. What I want to do, I want us to pick a team for the Super Eagles. Let's look at the team. Let's look at the possible players, that should be invited for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. But this is what's up right there. I've called it another Super Eagles challenge. Why is it another Super Eagles challenge? I sincerely believe that the team will be under pressure at this Afcon. I think they will want to push to, win back the hearts of the fans. I think they will just want to do just enough to get us talking about them again. And that's right there is pressure. That's right there is a boiling pressure that if you blink, you start asking questions. But hey, the Super Eagles, top professionals, will see how they can handle that. But hey, I've called it another Super Eagles challenge. And if there was one guy who really got us talking during the World Cup qualifiers, though he joined the team late, his name is Benjamin Fredericks. Unfortunately, he will be missing. Whew. Come on, Christopher, the Eagles will not go past group stage. You sure? I don't think so. I think he'll do just enough to go by. Yeah. They are not super. They are Eagles, simple. They are not Eagles of Mali. They are Super Eagles of Nigeria. I understand the hurt. I understand the disbelief the fans have for the team now. Yeah, it's totally acceptable. But hey, what can we do? We can only support our team. So there you have it. That's Benjamin Frederick right there. Is going to be missing due to injury. And by the time the Afcon is on, the man will be going through recovery. Fantastic discovery for the Super Eagles. We're hoping to see him at the Afcon, do his thing. But now, tough for the youngster. It's not going to be there. So that's a big worry for Coach Eric Sher, who, by the way, likes him a lot. I was right there with the team at the GTEC Community Stadium, home of Brentford Football Club of England. I remember that first game that he played against, was it Jamaica? Yeah, and then he showed good promise. Yep, because I don't think he played the first game. Yeah, it was against Jamaica, and the guy since then, that's all you need. When you're given a chance, you need to take it, and that's what Benjamin Fredericks did. Shout out to the young lad. I like his story a lot. It's a clear testament that when we build back home, there can be results in there. All of the over-reliance on foreign-born players. If we do football development back home in Nigeria, there are a lot of Benjamin Fredericks that we can discover. So Benjamin Fredericks, we appreciate you. Get well soon. Tough. With what my sources are telling me, Coach Eric Shell must find a way to, put a team together that will not struggle at the back, because I think William Troost Ekong will not be part of the Afcon. Yeah. And if not part of the Afcon and there's no Benjamin Fredericks, we need to find a way to, close those gaps. Shout out to everyone joining. Welcome. This is your main guy, Proudly Austin, I was struggling to get on this live stream. I was like, no, I told the people that I'm coming, so I have to come. I need to do this one, and that's why I'm here to just do this talk, even if it's for just 30 minutes or 1 hour max. I just want to have a look at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. It's 24 days to go, and the Super Eagles have said they are under pressure. I've called it another Super Eagles challenge, and I'm asking that question. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Afcon? Tell me on TikTok. Tell me on YouTube. I want to know the Super Eagles. Can they win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations that will take place in Morocco? This one has got everything written on it because Morocco, they will come out guns blazing. Egypt, the North African teams, they will do what they have to do, to see if that trophy can come back to them. The trophy is in West Africa. Cote d'Ivoire won it the last time, but Senegal, they will be hoping to reclaim their title. They won the 2021 edition, so we'll get to see what Senegal can do. But the Super Eagles made it to the final. They did just enough to reach the final, and they lost the final match to the host Cote d'Ivoire. Can they make a difference in Morocco? That's the question I'm asking you guys. Let's have that conversation together. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? So I've said, tell me the team that you'd like to see. Let's start with the goalkeepers. Or maybe we should do that one tomorrow. But what are the goalkeepers you'd like to see? If the Super Eagles are to go to the Afcon with 3 goalkeepers, what would you like to see? For now, we've seen a lot of Stanley Wabali, Maduka Okoye, and the last time it was Amas Obasogi. There's also Adile in the picture. But if you are to pick a goalkeeper that will, stand between the goalposts for Nigeria at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, who would that be? Tell me on TikTok. Who would that be? Which goalkeeper can do it for Nigeria at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? Tell me on YouTube. Who can do it? Now, I've said Benjamin Fredericks is injured. There's a possibility William Troost-Ekong will not be at the Afcon. What can Coach Eric Shell do to make sure that he's got a solid defensive back line? Because in sport, for you to win, you must have a solid defense. Think I'm lying? Go watch a basketball match. When they start shouting defense, they're cooking up a strong attack. So we need to see what we can do with that defensive, back line. It has to be solid. See what Arsenal seem to be doing at the moment because they've got good defense going on. Bolanle, thank you so much for your comment. Benjamin is the Osimhen at the back. I'm so sorry we can't win this. Ouch. So we can't win it. But Bolanle, why? Why is everyone doubting the Super Eagles? That's what I want to know, because I see it everywhere on social media. Everyone seems to have written off the Super Eagles. Guys, don't forget, the last time we won the Afcon, we wrote the team off in 2013. We said, no way, they cannot do it. I criticized, God bless his soul, the late Stephen Keshi. I said, what kind of team is this? They are going nowhere. But they went on to win that tournament in South Africa. So, guys, we should be careful. But Bolale, I understand. I feel you. I get where you're coming from with this Super Eagles team. But hey, before Benjamin came, he has barely played about 4 matches or 5 for the team. Before he came, we had a defense line. Before he came, we were able to get to the final of the Afcon. So, yeah, you never know. But it's up to Coach Eric Shell. Another question that I want to ask, and let's go to TikTok and Tifa. They can't go anywhere. Ouch. By the way, no fit beat Congo. But you can't use that to judge. Congo was solid. They were solid, even from the qualifiers. And I think the quality of the opposition that they had in Senegal also prepared them so well for that task. They were physical. They did their thing. Aishala, thanks so much for joining. Guys, when you join the live stream, please tell me where you're watching from. I want to know just so, we can put some perspectives into the conversation as regards our location. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I just wanted to let you know that it's now 24 days to Afcon 2025. And I've called this one Super Eagles World Cup failure and why the gods are not to blame. Why am I saying the gods are not to blame? Go check the group again. Group C had Nigeria, South Africa, Lesotho, Rwanda, and Zimbabwe. You struggle, and Benin Republic, you would struggle to understand how after 4 matches, the Super Eagles had, I think, only just 3 points. That's how I've looked at it. In any way you want to describe your gods, you know, be it Muslim, be it Christian, be it whatever you said, be it your just sheer definition of luck. I struggle to understand why the Super Eagles couldn't come out of that group. As a match day 6, I had already given up. Lost hope on the Super Eagles. I was like, no, they can't do it. They can't go nowhere. So I said, the gods are not to blame. And then suddenly, things started working for them. Match day 9, they needed to beat Lesotho. The gods stepped up again, made South Africa drop points against Zimbabwe in Durban. And then, match day 10, they got into beast mode, did their thing against Benin Republic, 4-0. At this point, I liked the momentum. At this point, I said, this is it. At that stage, getting into the qualifiers through to the playoffs, through the back door, was everything that the gods could do for Nigeria. And they got to that playoffs. Excuse me, gracious goodness. The playoffs came, and then the Super Eagles started distracting themselves. Drama everywhere. Alex Iwobi did his own. Then the team got into a strike. I was like, what's going on? Don't they know what we're looking for? Burkina Faso was there crying that they erupt, that FIFA did it to favor Nigeria. That was the gods working for Nigeria. That no, it wasn't supposed to be Nigeria. That why did they use the format? Nigeria that couldn't beat the small teams in their group, why would it be them that would be going out? The gods did everything for Nigeria. Super Eagles needed to just have their destiny in their own hands. Then they went to Morocco in Rabat. And what happened? They lost concentration. They blinked. They didn't keep their eyes on the prize. They didn't stay focused. There was no unity of purpose. They didn't define the mission again. They forgot that they were just given a second chance. And this is the chance that you just need to take to go to the crucial stage of the World Cup playoffs. They flopped big time. And that's why I'm saying the gods are not to blame. They did everything for the Super Eagles. This is action and consequence. I said it in my preview. In the analysis I did. I said what the Super Eagles are doing, it will come back to haunt them. To hurt them so bad. I was hoping that it wouldn't be another tale of action and consequence. It was. It was another tale of action and consequence. Now, they're out of the World Cup. The Afcon is coming. 24 days to go. Super Eagles. Do they have a team that can win the Afcon? That's the question I'm asking. That's what I want to know. Yeah. TikTok, thank you so much. I see you guys. Jeremiah, they didn't fight for the badge enough. I agree. The gods are not to blame. Check the game against Gabon. Look at when the gods stood up for Nigeria. Extra time. 3 goals. 4-1. But against DR Congo, so I'm living your destiny. For you guys. Fair, because most of our teams are not good enough for the team, such as Simon Ekong, you will be. Well, I understand why you're saying that, fair, and I cannot blame you. I understand your cynicism. I know why you're feeling the way you're feeling. But hey, as I said, this is football where anything can happen. They can only win if Osimhen is there. Without him, they don't play well, unfortunately. Thank you so much for your comment. And I see that's a comment from a South African. Congratulations to South Africa and what they've achieved. Qualifying for the World Cup. Also playing at the Afcon. It's good for football development in South Africa. I'm trying to fight the cold. So it's tough. It's really tough, but we need to stay focused. We need to support the team. But with the sort of Nigerian Football Federation that we have, because they never learn. And everything rises and falls on leadership. And that's why I'm so bothered. And that's why I'm asking that question. And that's why I'm saying tonight that the gods are not to blame. The first blame goes to the Nigerian Football Federation. That's my first blame. And then the players. I'm asking, why did they blink? Why did they lose foresight? Why didn't they just see this chance as the only opportunity that they had to do something for themselves to qualify for the World Cup? Guys, please, you need on TikTok, we need to like the live stream. It's already blinking. We're going to lose it soon. Let's get it busy. Thank you guys on TikTok. We need to like it, keep it going. Everyone joining me on YouTube, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Tell me where you're watching me from. I just want to talk about the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations. It's 24 more days to go. Just 24 days to go. And I just want to let all my followers, my subscribers know that I'm going to be in Morocco for the Africa Cup of Nations. I'll be bringing you all the live and exclusive interviews. I'll be giving you behind the scenes reports. It's going to be fun, you know. It's going to be fun. Hopefully the Super Eagles will make me stay. You know, this is what some persons are already saying they won't go past the group stage. I don't know if I want to quickly come back, you know. So let's just hope that they at least make it to the semi-finals so I can bring you guys some, you know, good content. Yeah. King, Iwobi isn't actually good enough for me. TikTok, we're going to lose the live if we don't like it. If we don't like it, we need to tap on the screen. We're going to lose the live. They're already giving me the signal. We need to like it. TikTok, guys, I appreciate you guys for your comment, but hey, it might just go off soon because it's not busy. Thank you so much, King Tefe. We need to like the live stream. On YouTube, thank you so much, Tabo Mokena. South African, I'm sure I know the name. How is Tabo Mokena? Tabo Mokena give us one to remember for the World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, that's what's up. It's so clear. The passion shows among these two. Single them out. We also had Mr. O'Connor from Bolanle. Thanks so much, Bolanle, for your comments. I feel for Osimhen. He did his best. I saw Benjamin crying as well after the Congo match. They were passionate. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't just happen for the Super Eagles. Unfortunately. And that's why I'm saying, guys, where can they start putting themselves together? Let's look at the bright side. What has happened has happened. Nigeria has another challenge. And that's why I've called this one another Super Eagles challenge. They're going to the Afcon. You don't want them to be disgraced. You don't want them to be, you know, embarrassed. So what can give Nigeria a good experience at the Afcon? That's what I want to know from you guys. Tell me. Tabo Mokena, I see you. Thanks for joining. Says, hi. Politics should leave soccer alone once and for all. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, that's why I was calling out Patrice Motsepe. You know, and I was saying that we shouldn't bring politics into African football. It's dirty. It's unacceptable. It's going to destroy the sport. You know, we don't need it. Yeah, so I agree with you. Politics should leave soccer. You know, let's use it for the love of the game. Let's use it to unite the world. The game is fair play. It shouldn't be win at all costs. It's going to destroy our football. Thank you so much for that comment, Tabo. That's a good message. King Tefe, why don't we invite players? I miss goalkeeper. We don't have a bad keeper. Sterling Wambali is not bad. Maduka Okoye is not bad. Guys, look. One person can't do it alone. Look at Bayern Munich in the Champions League against Arsenal. Manuel Neuer did his best, but the Arsenal team was just so good. Bayern Munich, they were unbeaten all season until that game. That's football for you. But can we come out now and say, oh, they didn't play well? Can we come out and say the defense of Bayern Munich didn't play well? Arsenal was just better. It was just Arsenal's night. And that's what football is all about. So you say we need goal. Stanley Wabali is decent. He's a very decent goalkeeper. You know. Nigeria's NFF needs a total overall coming from Kozeni. I think so. I absolutely think it's about time we review the NFF, understand, what they are doing for football development in Nigeria, and if they're not actually, ready for it, the government or the National Sports Commission, they have a right to say, okay, we will give you an ultimatum, or we are going to handle X, Y, Z, and steer you guys the right direction and give it back to you. But unfortunately, FIFA will pop up and say, oh, it's interference. You're not supposed to touch your country's football. You're supposed to let them be independent and all of that. But the government is spending so much money for football in Nigeria, and they need return on investment. Even if you're not winning, the least you can do is make the country happy. The least you can do is qualify for the World Cup. They're not saying win the World Cup. Qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I do. Jeremiah, do you have a YouTube podcast? Yeah, I do. I'm right here on YouTube. Proudly Austin. That's it right there. Proudly Austin. Just search me on YouTube. You can come on if you want to talk. I can bring you up. Let's have that conversation as regards the Super Eagles. I do this show for the fans. Anytime you see me live on my YouTube, on my TikTok. Unfortunately, TikTok is a different device, so the audio will interfere. That's why I'm not bringing you guys up. But if you want to talk to me, come on YouTube. I'm going to send you the link. You can join, and then we're going to, talk for the love of the game. I do this show for you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, King Tife, NFF and the coaching part should also be replaced. That's another question I want to ask, guys. Coach Eric Shell, has he done enough? Has he done enough? I'm not saying to continue because I want him to continue, but the real question should be, can Eric Shell lead this Super Eagles team to win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? You think Eric Shell can lead the team? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Thanks so much, Jeremiah. Thank you. I'm gonna go subscribe. We'll check it out later. Have a good night. Yeah. On my YouTube channel, you'll see loads of exclusive interviews. You'll see a lot about Nigeria football, the Nigeria Premier Football League, women's football. And I'm not just football, I'm sports, entertainment, and so much more. You're just going to have fun. I call it a fun factory. So thanks so much for subscribing. We're about 12,500 subscribers now. We're growing. By the time we go to the Afcon, we'll have more content to put on the channel. So walk with me, stay with me. And don't forget, I do this for the fans, So each time you see me live and you want to be part of the program, just come on, send me a message in the chats, and then I'll bring you up tonight. I just want to let you know that it's 24 days to Afcon 2025, and I've tagged this one Super Eagles World Cup failure and why the gods are not to blame. But I'm also asking another important question. I'm saying, can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Afcon? Big question. Tough question. And you guys on TikTok are saying, no, it's not possible. Somebody even said they will crash out in the group phase. Has it gone that bad for Nigeria? A team that made it to the final in Cote d'Ivoire will crash out in the group phase. In a group that's got Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania, Nigeria will crash out in the group phase. This is what failure does, If they had qualified for the Interconfederation stage, nobody would have said that. And that's why I'm so pissed at the Nigeria Football Federation, because the mission was simple. Do just enough to win 2 matches, beat Gabon, beat DR Congo, go to the next phase. It will do something to the momentum of the team. Instead, you are owing them bonuses and allowances. You allow the players to carry out that strike action that affected their momentum. Sad. That's why we're here. And it's looking like there's no way out at the moment. That's why I want to understand what sort of momentum can they build from now till the Afcon kicks off. It's just 24 more days to go. They said they're going to have a preliminary list. I'm still wondering, why are you having a preliminary list for? Why? Because the clubs will still be busy. By the time they go to Morocco and open camp, they won't be able to even play for up to 2 weeks before the competition starts. So you mean you do not know the team to call? You see, that's the problem I have. And I said this thing when we were doing all of those experiments with the 34-man list, and I asked Coach Eric Shell, you do not have the luxury to be doing this. Because Nigeria's football is in a state of emergency. They just need to win. Whenever they have an opportunity to play, they must win. So I really don't know what they want to do, how they're going to do it. But by now, there should have been a program of events. If you reach the final of the Afcon the last time, you should be chasing the trophy now. You should have dotted the I's and crossed the T's. You should have done your checks and balances. You should say, yes, this is what we need to consolidate upon to go get the trophy. But not Nigeria. It beats me, you know. Why do we keep doing the same things over and over and over again? Why don't we learn? Guys, tell me, what do you think? Guys on TikTok, you think the Super Eagles can win the Afcon? I want to read your comments. King Tife, why is most of our players do well outside and come back home? African football is tough. It's difficult. And that's why you see Iwobi struggles. It's big on physicality. It's big on a lot of runs. Sometimes aimless runs. So you need a coach who understands African football. That's it, Pizarro. Pizarro came, brought a strategy that will lock up everywhere, play deep, do the low block, they catch you on the counter, they score. He was winning 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, and he got to the final. But see, Cote d'Ivoire already knew their style, and Cote d'Ivoire hurt them in the final. African football is tough to fair. It is really tough. If you see the game against the DR Congo, the Super Eagles, they were tired. There were just 3 persons who were just holding that team running. Benjamin Fredericks, Calvin Bassey, and between Frank Onyeka and Wilfred Ndidi. Every other person. But you see, when you tell people this thing, they don't get it. The amount of time the players spend with their teammates at the club side is not the same as when they come to the national team. So team cohesion, understanding, strategy, tactics is a lot. The guys in Europe, why they do well is because it's plug and play. Some national teams play the same football that they play in their clubs. So you see, so you cannot really tell the difference. They just go to their country and they just plug the system and it works for them. Also, most of them play in Europe. I know someone say most of our players play Europe. Okay, see, for instance, imagine if we have like five Nigerian players in the same team. Let's use Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi, and Samuel Chukwueze. You could tell the difference when they play that game against Gabon. It's just something. You could also tell the difference when they play that game against Benin Republic. So we need that. King Tife, then we change coaching staff. Isn't it too late? If you start changing coaching staff now, 24 days to the Afcon, the one you bring, what time will he have to work with the team? What will he achieve? And where will he start building? Don't forget, I told you that Nigeria's football is in a state of emergency. How is he going to put together a winning team? You see, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. So it's going to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult to bring in a new coach now. Yeah. Our squad are getting weak because we need... Do we really need to introduce fast players? I think we just need to introduce intelligent players. We need to introduce players with hunger, determination. People who play football the way we saw Osimhen play, the way we saw Fredericks play. You know, you just need people that understand that when you wear and you play for this badge, you have to give it 100%. You have to push. You have to give it everything. Yeah, I think those are the sort of players we need in the Super Eagles. No disrespect to the guys playing in Europe, but it's clear that when they come back to Africa to play, it's pretty tough. It is. They struggle. Even those that you think that they've played longer. See Iwobi. Iwobi has played 91 or 92 matches. You'd expect that by now, Iwobi should be bossing African football, but he's still struggling. So yeah, it will be difficult to bring in a new coach. Very, very difficult to bring in a new coach. I don't think we need to introduce new players. Sincerely, the squad that played the Cup of Nations and the World Cup qualifiers is not bad. Let's be sincere, they were just unfortunate. When it gets to penalty, anybody can win it. If they had won that game against DR Congo, people won't be saying the things that they are saying, even if they were a bad team. That's what success does. Success will just make everybody forget, and they will stay with the team. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah, shout out to everyone joining the live stream. I see you guys on YouTube. Thank you. Let me tell you, welcome. And if you'd like to be part of the show, if you want to join my studio to say something, just say, Austin, I want to come in, and I'm going to send you the link. Yeah, I want to hear from you. Because I don't even want to talk so much tonight. I want to just do the show, listen to you guys, talk about your team and your expectations. That's just what I wanted to do. But I could tell that a lot of you guys are just comfortable with, sending messages. But hey, when you join the live stream, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is fun. The Fun Factory. I do sports, entertainment, and so much more. I'm very big on sports, so that's why you see loads of sporting content on my YouTube channel. Welcome. Where are you watching from? I'm talking about something serious, Nigeria's football. How can we change it? That's one. Two, 24 days to the Africa Cup of Nations. Can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? That's the question I'm asking. Yeah. So I have some interviews, but I think I'm going to play it tomorrow, just so we follow up on what we've been talking about right from the World Cup playoffs. You already know the story. Sunday, we'll make it 2 weeks that DR Congo beat Nigeria via penalties to advance to the Interconfederation stage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup playoffs. So with that, Nigeria will not be at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It hurts, Nigerian football fans are still trying to recover, but congratulations to DR Congo. They did just enough. They showed hunger. They showed that, they really want to be at the World Cup, and that's why they are where they are, And finally, all of the talks that Nigerians were trying to spread, that Van Bissaka was not approved by FIFA, Nigeria can still qualify, Balbadash. He got FIFA's approval. He's been playing for DR Congo since August, and there's no problem whatsoever. So Nigerians, look for something else to talk about. It is what you sow, you reap. You didn't do just enough to qualify for the World Cup, and Nigeria will not be at the World Cup. It's as simple as that. There's no anything to add to that. It's what you sow, you reap. Yeah, 24 days to the Africa Cup of Nations. Let me bring the groups again for you to see. Nigeria will be busy at the Africa Cup of Nations. Don't forget that Nigeria made it to the final of the last edition, but we stopped by the host in the final. And for this one, Nigeria will be playing. Nigeria has been drawn in Group C alongside Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. And I've been asking, can Nigeria win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? But first, they need to get out of this group. And it's very simple. Tournament mode football is simple. Pizarro showed us, win 6 matches, and you're right there in the final. Can the Super Eagles do it? That's the question I'm asking. If you're on YouTube and you want to join the live stream, I'm going to send the link now. Just click on the link, get into the studio. I'd like to talk to you. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know if you're still confident that the Super Eagles can win the Afcon. I've just sent the link. So if you're watching on YouTube, I want to be part of it. I want to do this in the next 10 minutes and then I'll wrap it up because I still need to come back tomorrow morning. And in the evening, I'm just chasing some information from the NFF and the camp of the Super Eagles. If I have them tomorrow, I'm going to be updating you guys. But hey, it is what it is. I told you 24 more days to go. Afcon 2025. Woo. It's happening in Morocco. Let me bring up that information so that you guys can understand what's up. The final of the Africa Cup of Nations 2025, we played at the 68,700 capacity Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. You remember that stadium? Yeah, that's where DR Congo defeated Nigeria. It's the tournament's largest venue. The stadium opened in September 2025 and is 7 kilometers away from the center of the country's capital, Rabat. It was built in just 2 years on the same site as the previous Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium and will host 7 games during the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, including all of the hosts, Morocco's group games. So Morocco will be playing their group matches right there at that stadium. What else do you need to know? It will be one of the host venues for the 2030 World Cup, which Morocco will co-host with Portugal and Spain. Another food for thought. Look at Morocco co-hosting the World Cup in 2030 because they've done just enough to develop their football beyond just kicking the ball on the pitch. They're giving attention to grassroots development, to infrastructure development. And now Morocco is at the center. There's no conversation they're having on global football now that Morocco will not be part of it. It's a country that is serious. So NFF, what's the problem? What's going on? See why I say the gods are no longer to be blamed, because the gods have done just more than enough for Nigeria. But we never get to learn. We keep doing the same things over and over again. TikTok, we're going to lose our live stream soon. So please like the live stream. TikTok, we're going to lose it soon. Like the live stream as you get in. Don't forget to also follow the page. I do sports, entertainment, and so much more. Yeah, I can talk about anything. I can wake up tomorrow morning and talk about what's going on in Nigeria, the security issues and all of that. Yeah, I do this for you guys. I do it for the love of the game. This is the fun factory. So, yeah, I really need to run. It's just because I'm battling this cold. I'm just hoping that I get better by tomorrow. And then I'll come back early enough. We'll talk about, continue the countdown. Yeah, I wanted to start from 25 days to go, but this is us here with 24 days to go. So let's keep doing the countdown till I buy my tickets to go to Morocco. So I'll be updating you guys just so you can walk with me on this journey. And I think we're going to have so much fun covering the Afcon together, promoting football in Africa, talking about the Super Eagles, talking about the Atlas Lions of Morocco, the Teranga Lions of Senegal, talking about the Indomitable Lions. Why are there so Lions in Africa? The Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. We will be having fun talking about the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. There's no Ghana. There's no Ghana at the Afcon. But you see, Ghana learned from their lesson and they went to consolidate to qualify for the World Cup. They learned from their lesson. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for doing this with me. Don't forget the video will drop. You can engage with it. Don't forget to like, comment, share it, and turn on notifications. I'll come back again and again and again and again and again till the World Cup till the Afcon is done. Should I go to the World Cup? Yes, I will be at the World Cup. I've said it, whether Nigeria is there or not. They were not there in the 2022 edition. I went to Qatar. I was right there in Doha. I supported Morocco. I covered Morocco behind the scenes, and it gave us a beautiful time. Morocco made it to the semifinals. It was such, joy and pride for football in Africa, and I don't have any regrets covering that tournament with Nigeria. And I got to watch the final. That's the best live football match I've ever seen. Argentina 3, France 3. And then it went on to penalties, watching Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Angel Di Maria, all of the stars of world football. It was such a beautiful moment, and I love it so much. Thank you so much to everyone that did this with me. Always a delight talking, sports with you guys on this channel. It's proudly Austin, fun, factory, sports, entertainment, and so much more. I'll come back again tomorrow. It's just that I don't know how to schedule my live stream. So when you turn on notifications, when I come on, you're definitely going to see me and they will rock and roll. I'll see you guys around again. Before I go, can the Super Eagles win the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations? Big question. I'll see you around again. That's it.